Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight, this afternoon, we're watching and reacting to Tottenham Hotspur FC versus Manchester United FC, the 2025 Europa League final. We are here for the UEFA finals. It's that time of the year, the end of the European season. The first Europa League game I've done this year. Of course, I've done all the Conference League with Chelsea, of course, their whole run from their first group stage match to the second leg of the semifinal, and then, of course, now the final next week. But the first UEFA Europa League game I've done this year is this final, and then the first UEFA Champions League game I've done this year is the final. Chelsea's what mattered. Either way. First of three European finals, the all-English, bottom of the Premier League derby. The non-relegated teams, I should say, 16th and 17th, bottom of the table. The only way one of these teams make Europe next year and the Champions League is by winning this final. A team who hasn't won a trophy since 2008 versus a team who, well, they've been a clown show since Sir Alex retired. And I hope he goes. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. Teams are walking out as we speak. 11s are as follows. How we doing, Risklander? What, you're misspelling my name now too? Jesus Christ. In goal for Tottenham, Vicario. The back four, Pedro Porro, Christian Romero, Mickey Van de Ven, Destiny Udogie. The back four. The midfield three of Pape Saad, Bizuma, Rodrigo Betancourt, and the front three of Richarlison, Dominic Solanke, and Brennan Johnson. What happened to Human Son? Oh, he's on the bench. They put him on the bench. Interesting. How we doing, Specimen? That's interesting. All right, Man United in goal. Andre Onana, the back three of Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw. The midfield forward, Patrick Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, Mazraoui. The front two, midfield two, I should say, of Amad Diallo and Mason Mount. Up top, Rasmus Højlund. There we go, Risklander. Better. Teams are shaking hands. Man United with their red shirts and black shorts. They went with black shorts today. Tottenham wearing their white jerseys. That's tomorrow's Liga MX. Close, but you still missed. Speaking of, the first time I've spoke Spanish all month on a live stream watch-along reaction tomorrow. The first time I've had to make a call in Spanish all month. Vicario in goal. Udogie, Van de Ven, Romero, Pedro Porro. Betancourt, Bizuma, Saad, Richarlison, Solanke, Johnson. Yeah. English, 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 English. Yeah, no. No Spanish calls this whole month until tomorrow. Today's all English because it's two English teams. Felix Zwayer is the center ref tonight. Bastian Dankert, the VAR referee. What channel's the game? CBS Sports Network / Paramount Plus. Speaking of, starting 11 for Man United, Onana. The back three of Shaw, Maguire, Yoro. Midfield four of Dorgu, Fernandes, Casemiro, Mazraoui. Front three of Mount, Højlund, and Amad Diallo. I hope they win it for Ange. I won't even lie. I hope Tottenham wins it for Ange. If you want to get mad at me because I'm a Chelsea fan and I said that, screw you. I can do what I want. And, you know, that probably would get me called a Yank. But you know what? Fair. That'd be the one time you can. I'm also a Celtic fan, so yeah. Of course I'm rooting for Ange Postecoglou. I'm doing it because I'm a Celtic fan, not because, and I like Ange Postecoglou, not because I want Tottenham to win. I want Ange to have the biggest aura farm of all time. 17th place in the league, wins the Europa League in his second season, and he was right. That's why. Not exactly for Tottenham's sake. I'm rooting for Ange Postecoglou. That's it. Let me be real. Same. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Probably will next year, though, so enjoy it for one more year. Thank you. I tried to make something make sense, but I want Postecoglou to win, so I just went with something that was lily white. I tried. I tried. At least next week it'll make more sense because Chelsea's playing. In the Champions League final, I'll be wearing the Italy jersey because Inter Milan, so that'll make more sense. But I tried. It's mostly white with a little bit of blue. I don't even like Tottenham. It's because I'm rooting for Ange. That's it. As a Celtic fan, I'm rooting for Ange. I like Ange. I want him to aura farm. That's all. I won't even be that mad if Man United wins. But if Ange is aura farming, that's awesome. And you know what? I'd be happy for expressions. If Spurs wins, I'd be happy for expressions as well. With that being said, we're underway. Man United playing around the back. Good steal by Spurs. Now, the one thing that surprises me is Human Son's on the bench. That's an idea. That's an idea. That's an idea. I didn't even think he was like that hurt, but okay. I'm sure he'll show up, but okay. That's an idea. Free kick for Spurs. Playing around, Spurs wearing white, of course, with their blue sleeves. Man United wearing their red with black shorts. In this Europa League final. Tapped away by Dorgu. Dorgu makes the clearance, but it's a throw-in for Pedro Porro. Man United and Spurs have both won Europa Leagues before. Spurs won them back when it was called the UEFA Cup. Back when it was the UEFA Cup in the 70s and 80s. He's a Spurs fan. Let him have it. There's a difference between bad spam and good spam. He's a Spurs fan. Let him have this. He's a Spurs fan. Let him have this. Daniel is trusted here. And besides, it isn't trolling. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Besides, he's a mod anyway, so you couldn't freaking time him out if you wanted to. I don't think so, at least. I'll allow it. Corner for Pedro Porro. Cross in by Pedro Porro. And that'll be a foul the other way. As the ball was coming in, Harry Maguire got fouled. Of course he did. Of course he did. That's the one good thing. That's one of the two good things he's good at. Getting fouled on corners. It's more like he pulled the other guy down, but okay, fine, sure. And scoring goals. Scoring clutch goals. Like Harry Maguire is good at two things. Drawing fouls during set pieces and scoring goals when it matters. Like, seriously, though, Harry Maguire should have been a striker. Like, no joke. What about the timeline with Harry Maguire as the best striker in England? Like, we were robbed. We were robbed. He's a horrible center back, but a clutch striker? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's clutch. He would have been, he's a better striker than frickin' center back. Free kick for Man United. Luke Shaw. He's actually pretty good at free kicks. Headed down, cleared away. Lenny Yoro doesn't get there. That'll be a foul and a goal kick for Vicario. Or may have been a corner. Luke Shaw delivered a pretty damn good free kick right there. Out for a corner. Okay, yep. It went out before Vicario touched it. Yep. Oh. Corner for Man United. Bruno Fernandes to take the corner. The captain, Bruno Fernandes. Corner taken by Bruno Fernandes. Header falls down. Luke Shaw picks it up and plays it back to... That was Mazraoui. Picked up Højlund. Oh, no. Oh, no. Here's a chance. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has a shot. Blocked away. And Tottenham holds out long enough to make sure that doesn't go in. That could have been disaster. Tottenham could have easily pulled a Toronto Maple Leafs circa Sunday. Have a chance to win a trophy and break a curse. 5 minutes in, it's over. We're so back, it's over. I totally understand how that feels. And if God lets their curse be broken, I am going to question everything. You let curses be broken, God, and you couldn't let Toronto win a Game 7? Harry Kane wins a trophy. Tottenham may win a trophy, but Toronto still loses Game 7s. I might question everything. I'm joking. I'll always believe in God. I always will, but I think Spurs is a bit nervous. Well, yeah. Again, they're in a second European final in 6 years. One. Second of all, is Europa League. Third of all, they could finally win a trophy for the first time since 2008. It reminds me of, speaking of Toronto versus Florida Game 7, it reminds me of Toronto, Florida Game 7. Toronto started nervous, got hemmed in their own zone, dominate the second half of the first period, don't score, get hemmed in their own zone for the rest of the game because Florida just started dominating them. But either way. Yeah, because, oh, by the way, speaking of, both teams can only make the Champions League. Whoever wins this game makes the Champions League. Whoever loses misses Europe entirely next year. You would think that would make Man United more nervous because them not being in Europe is like antithetical to their antithetical to their history. Like, even when they were horrible, like, even during their banter era, they've at least been in the Europa League. They've at least been in the Europa League every year, if not the Champions League. Man United being out of Europe completely is just wrong. Like, that's just like seeing Man United completely out of Europe. Like, you could say, but you've experienced it with Chelsea 2 times in the past 10 years. Yeah, but at least it's Chelsea. Like, it's Chelsea. Them missing Europe is kind of like, okay, it's just like the old days. It's not like Man United where they have a history of winning and being in Europe and not missing Europe. They lose this tournament to Spurs and miss Europe because of it? Not even in Conference League? Oh boy, that's going to be the weirdest thing ever. I've never not seen Man United in European competition, whether that be Europa or Champions. They've never been in Conference League. They've never been that bad. And they were so bad this year, they missed that anyway. So things change. But as I'm saying, I've never seen Man United not be in European competition to start the season. Of course, I've seen them be eliminated at some point, but I've never seen them just be out of it completely. There's a difference. Like I've seen them lose quarterfinals. I've seen them lose semifinals. But what's the last thing Tottenham's won? League Cup 2008. It was a League Cup. Carling Cup at the time. Now the Carabao Cup. That doesn't count. But if you want a meme, I guess, yeah, Audi Cup 2019. Yeah, sure. Doesn't count, but okay. 10 minutes in. Like, if you want to count that just to cope, there you go, sure. Tottenham has to win. Both teams have to win. You want to go to Champions League, you have to win. You want a trophy, you have to win. Like, this is all this team's season. Like, this basically decides how you talk about your season. If you're a Man United or Tottenham fan, this decides how you talk about it. If you win the trophy, you talk about it like, oh, it wasn't great domestically, but we won a European trophy. We're going to the Champions League next year. We got the reprieve that we earned. I don't know about deserved, but earned. Like, you had to be somewhat useful to win the Europa League. Like, I'm sorry. Like, playing forward. Here's a run in. Brennan Johnson cross. Here's a shot. Blocked. Yeah, you're right. That is possible. But again, what European team's ever been punished by that? The only team who's ever been punished by multipropiedad is Leon. That's it. Like, as long as you do just enough for your UEFA to be like, cool, we'll hand wave this away. Like Man City is done. Like Red Bull's done. Like Chelsea would have had to do with Strasbourg had they made Europe, which they still can. Well, if Chelsea makes Champions League, it really doesn't matter because Strasbourg would be in the Conference League if PSG wins the cup or something. Yeah. Chelsea might have to do at some point. Who's the only team who's actually paid for multipropiedad? Leon, exactly. And I don't think it was because of multipropiedad. I think it was because of the situation in general. I just think they used that as a reason to get them pushed out. And technically, it was going to be hard to beat that ruling because you had to go by the letter of the law. And then shot by Richarlison. That's out for a corner. Well, that was bad goalkeeping by Onana. I'm not surprised. Exactly. Because Tottenham, if they lose, it's just good old Tottenham. If Tottenham loses, it's just good old Tottenham. If Man United loses, they failed the whole club. Corner. You're right. So they're the ones who should be more nervous. I'm so happy for Crystal Palace. They deserve to win the FA Cup. And they'll be in European football next year. Speaking of weirdness that I never expected to say, Crystal Palace is in European football next year. Or next season. Header. This year, but next season. 2 months from now, they'll be playing European football. Holy shit. Never thought I'd say that. I kind of want to see Crystal Palace go deep in Europa League, you know? I want to see them go deep. Just for the memes. They're probably better still, even if they're bad. Boop. Boop. Yes, they're getting swept. It's not could, they are. I think it would have been 5 or 6 against the Leafs, but Florida's going to sweep the Hurricanes. See, what did I tell you, though? What did I tell you? Whoever won Toronto v. Florida was going to kill the Hurricanes. What did I tell you was going to happen? What did I tell you? Guess what? I'm right, like always. If you win the FA Cup, you go to Europa League. It's just normally not a problem because whoever wins the FA Cup is already in the Champions League. But if you see, remember Wigan that one time when they got relegated and beat Man City in the FA Cup final? Guess what they did from the championship the next year? Played Europa League! It just normally doesn't matter. Same as the Carabao Cup. That gives you a Conference League spot now. It just doesn't matter because the team who wins it normally is in the Champions League. Now it matters because guess what? Crystal Palace are 12th. So that's normally why. So here's a lesson. The reason why the FA Cup spot just goes to number 6 in the league most of the time is because the team who wins the FA Cup goes into the Champions League. This is a rare case where that didn't happen. Or if they're already at least in a Europa League spot anyway. So, or they finished 6th anyway. So, doesn't matter. It just looks like because they finished 6th, they're in the Europa. Either way. 15-40. Punched away by Vicario. Shot. Goal! Oh, no. It went past the post. Holy Lord, they got me. Corner. Exactly. So Crystal Palace is in Europa League because they won the FA Cup. Newcastle United's in Champions League, so it doesn't matter. They will be in the Champions League, so it doesn't matter they won the Carabao Cup. They're in the Champions League. If they weren't in a Champions League spot or a Europa League spot, they would have been in the Conference League. Whether they finished 7th or not. Or 8th. But since they won the Carabao Cup, that Conference League spot goes down to number 7. So the top 5 are going to the Champions League. Number 6 is going to the Europa League with Crystal Palace. Number 7 will be going to the conference. And then, of course, if whoever wins this game is going to the Champions League with the top 5. Number 6 and Crystal Palace to Europa League. Number 7 to the conference next year. And Chelsea, if they win the Conference League, if they finish top 5, which that's at least what they'll do, Europa League. If they finish 7th, brought down, Maguire clears. If Chelsea finishes 7th, they technically wouldn't have made the Europa League by spot. But if they win the conference and don't make top 5, Europa League. Or top 6. Yep. Capitals were always frauds. Because he fought Gostisbehere. I'm surprised Gostisbehere got less for roughing, though. You know, it is kind of shocking to me, Marchand. He wasn't the one who set it up. Gostisbehere shot the puck at Marchand. Marchand dropped the gloves and fought Gostisbehere, which rightfully so. I'm actually going to defend him. He should not have got the 10-minute, the 5 in a game. He should have never got the 5 in a game because that makes no sense. Like, Gostisbehere should have got more than 2 minutes. Whatever, though. Well, it is the second. No, my question is, why is the Europa League final the week before the Conference League final? Why is the Conference League final going second when it's the third-tier competition? That's my question. Why is it Europa, then Conference, then Champions League? It should be Conference, then Europa, then Champions. I don't get it. Yes. Crystal Palace are in automatically to the Europa League because they won the cup. Yes. I don't think 6 has to go through a playoff, though. I don't think 6th place in the Prem has to go through a playoff. And if Chelsea were to play Europa League because they won the conference, they wouldn't have to play a playoff either. I don't think any English team would have to play a playoff Europa League. I think the only playoff team would have to be the conference team because that has a playoff no matter what, which is weird. Hopefully it doesn't hurt. Hopefully you recover quickly. Hopefully it goes without a hitch. Hopefully you stay safe. I pray for you. I pray for your health. United playing forward. They might, and they might not. But I guarantee you this will be the worst team in the Prem to win a European trophy, whoever wins this. You'll never see this again. I don't know. Well, I mean, technically the Conference League is even more of a joke then. Dorgu, cross in, header, horrible header, Amad Diallo. Yes. Not as easy as the Eastern Conference final, though. I still think the Oilers better than the Stars. Yep. And they're about to get swept to 4th. 0-0 between Tottenham and Man United. Man United are definitely pushing the pace now. They're definitely the side who knows how to win a final. I don't think... Well, technically they won an FA Cup final last year, so yeah, that matters at all. Yeah, I would agree with that. They both are fighting for Champions League spots through the league. Man United and Tottenham, no. Like, technically, you know what? They might have made the right decision this year, putting Europa before conference, because I'm going to say this. The Conference League final is going to be better than the Europa League final. That is something rare. I know it's a new tournament, but I think this year the Europa Conference final will be better than the actual Europa League final. I'm not saying this final sucks yet, but it definitely Chelsea Betis is going to be better. Cleared away. 23rd minute free kick for throw-in for United. Okay. Yes, especially if Tottenham wins. Richarlison doesn't get there. NHL is a clown league. That's about as much as I could say. It's a clown league. Best sport, worst league. Even MLS isn't as much of a clown league as the NHL is. I love hockey as much as I do football, but I'll tell you one damn thing. The NHL is a clown league. Best sport, worst league. MLS cannot even match the level of clown. that the NHL puts out on a monthly and weekly and even a daily basis. MLS wishes they were as much of a clown league as the NHL. MLS tries, they still can't beat the NHL at being a clown league. Do that what you will. No, he's not. Well, technically they weren't. You mean the play-in losers? Or the teams who didn't go to the play-in? Honestly, you might be right. But it would have made things too much convoluted for the conference in Europa. So I think they just eliminated the bottom 8 no matter what. Do I think they should drop them? Maybe. I still think the final would have been mid. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, though. Bilbao, Athletic Bilbao, could have played the tournament final at their own stadium. Better than United. Gets absolutely pasted. Bodo Glimt. Well, I'm not surprised Tottenham beat them, but Bodo Glimt had beat some big teams to get to the semi. They've actually had a really good European run, and then they lose to Tottenham. A team you think they actually could beat. That Tottenham would blow it, and they didn't. But, they beat Lazio. But with a Swiss system and the single table, it's kind of hard to drop teams. I can understand why. It just totally eliminates the bottom 8. And if you drop teams, it'd be more convoluted and all that. So it's getting crazy. I mean, I like Angel Reese. I think she's a good basketball player. I think she deserves more credit than she gets. I think she does matter. But some of the stuff, like, she is so jealous of Caitlin Clark, though. It's like Angel doesn't want to be a heel. Like, she wants to be loved as much as Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese doesn't accept the fact that she's the heel now. It's like she doesn't want to be, you know? She's jealous of Caitlin Clark, which, I mean, I understand it to a certain extent, but she also made the WNBA cooler than it's ever been. So, cross in, headed away. Let the record show I always wanted a Toronto WNBA team and NWSL/NSL/USLW League team or whatever. Or both. Let the record show. Yep. Swiss system. I don't know. I think Anne's made a bad decision. I'm shocked, frankly. Corner for Tottenham. Man United's definitely the better team so far, though. And the referee's going to give a talking to. Here we go. Now's the corner. Cross in. Header. Cleared away. Headed on. This is going to go to penalties, isn't it? This game's going to go all the way to penalties, won't it? Yeah. Plays down. There you go. America. I want Toluca to win, but I think we all know where this is going. So let's just skip to the end. Insert gumball meme. I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end. I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end. 0-0, 20-19 in penalties. Tottenham win their first trophy, so natural catastrophe begins. I don't even want to predict what it would be. Nukes might start flying. Is that Pakistan and India thing still going on right now? Has that cooled down enough, or is that still... I know DEFCON warning system went back to DEFCON 4. 30-20. 30 minutes, 22 seconds. 0-0. Yeah, nukes might start flying. This is the DEFCON warning system. Alert status for 5 p.m. Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. Condition red, DEFCON 1. Condition red, DEFCON 1. Orange. Yellow, orange, red. Yeah. Condition red, DEFCON 1. Cross in. All because Tottenham won a trophy. A European trophy as well. Then again, well, I think Leafs winning a Game 7 wouldn't have that reaction as much as a Tottenham trophy win. Nobody but Americans and Canadians give a crap about the NHL, and maybe some UK people. Well, and Swedes, because Willie, yeah. Everybody cares about football. Somebody's going to shoot a celebratory nuke and start the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it. Might be the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. "33rd minute. Well, I know what I'm putting on my 2025 365 playlist if we make it to 12 o'clock. If Tottenham wins, we make it to midnight. I know what I'm putting on there. End of the world as we know it by REM. REM. Yeah. However you want to put it. Yeah, I know what I'm putting on there now. We'll win the UECL. Well, first we got to get to next week. But first we got to get to next week. Damn it. Do I want to go with my gut or my heart? Chelsea's actually been playing pretty well recently. Good enough to beat Betis. Chelsea. Yeah, it has been starting to cool down because like a week ago or so, we were at DEFCON 3. DEFCON warning system. Look up DEFCON warning system on YouTube. You'll see what I'm talking about. I've been following that channel for like, 10 years now. 12, 13 years now. It's actually pretty useful. Like, it has a pretty good handle on things. Is it a private intelligence firm? Yes. Is it exactly what the military says their DEFCON is? No. Is it good to actually pay attention to? Yes, it is. I've always been more of a prepper anyway, though, so you know what? The memes will flow either way. That's the good news. United looks like the better team so far, though. The memes will flow. The memes will flow no matter what. I'm sure he did something to deserve 20 years, so. Do with that what you will. He did pull his shirt. That should be a free kick. Yeah. Tottenham still looks nervous. Like, throughout this whole first half, they've just looked nervous and nervous and nervous. Well, one's going to the Champions League, so 35th minute. I barely follow. Hell, I haven't followed the news about his case. I don't know a damn thing. Don't ask me. Like, if you're going to get sentenced to, well, I guess not. They could still railroad you. I have no idea. But Vitali's done stuff to where he's been a chaotic person anyway. It hasn't been the first time. So plays forward. But then again, I can't give a thought because I don't know. Well, they're definitely overdoing it then. They're definitely trying too hard then. I'm not saying it's bad to try hard. I'm saying trying too hard hurts. Like, they're trying so hard, they're nervous. They're forcing it is different, you know? But I guess I can understand what you're saying there. Well, I mean, Wigan was close. They were in the Europa League and Championship at the same time. But it's possible, yeah. It's possible. Win the Champions League or Europa League the year you get relegated. It's possible. Or go get relegated while winning the Conference League. Then the year you're relegated while you're in the Championship, lose a playoff final, but win the Europa League, you're in the Champions League and still in the Championship. It's possible. But if you're good enough to win the Europa League, you probably would get promoted that same year. So it's more like win the Europa League the year you get relegated. So, like, what would have happened to one of these two teams had the 3 promoted teams not been so damn bad? And then go to the Champions League while in the Championship. As you can see, it's very possible. As you can see, it's very possible. Well, he is lucky, yeah. This is the third. I think anybody would want to be Dom. Rhea, then Liv, then Roxanne Perez. Holy Lord. Then again, personally, well, save. '40th minute. It makes sense it happens on WWE TV because that's honestly something that can only happen on WWE TV. Why are there more Tottenham fans? Well, it makes sense. They could win their first European trophy since the freaking 80s, and also their first trophy since 2008. Because I guess it's believable that he's in a storyline with 3 different divas out of every so often. Playing forward, Tottenham, 41st minute. Plays it in, Bentancur. Cross in, shot, tapped in, goal, 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 goal. Brennan Johnson scores for Spurs. It's 1-0. What a horrible goalkeeping mistake by Onana. It's 1-0. 1-0 for Spurs. Brennan Johnson scores. Tottenham might. They have the lead. That might be it. Well, no, there's still a second half, but they definitely had moments of looking like Man United would make them pay. And in the end, Brennan Johnson just bundles it into the net. Bentancur plays it back. Ball crossed in, and Brennan Johnson's right there to tap it in. Sarr with the cross, and Brennan Johnson. It wasn't pretty, but it's in. Onana, horrible goalkeeping. Horrible goalkeeping. He was right. He might be right. But Jesus Lord, how bad of a play is that? It crosses the line. Onana, again, horrible goalkeeping mistake for United. 1-0 Spurs. Well, they have the money to do it. 42nd minute. Onana is the worst. I think he's the worst. Well, no, he's not Robert Sanchez, but well, at least Robert Sanchez is 5th in the league. Yeah, that is true. Onana is 17th. Well, 16. Hey, sometimes you need a greasy one if you're a team like Spurs. By the way, sometimes you just got to go to the net. Hey, sometimes when you're cursed and you got to win a game where you're cursed, sometimes you just got to, hey, Toronto, listen to this. Go to the net. You know, that works. That works. Maybe when you're cursed, you should just go to the net. Maybe that's what works. Maybe that's what you should do instead of hoping for breakaways on a goalie who knows how to stop almost everything across the damn earth. You know, well, okay, no, Onana's nowhere near as good as Bobrovsky, but you get my point, right? Nowhere near as good as Bobrovsky, but you get my point. We got to pray. 44-13. 42nd minute, Brennan Johnson. Holy crap. I was looking forward to watching the CONCACAF W Champions Cup semis tonight. I don't know if I will because the nukes might start flying if Tottenham wins this game. 1-0 Tottenham, Brennan Johnson. Dude, I'd be much richer and living in a much better house if I was CIA. Dude. I'd be much more popular if I was CIA. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I'd be much more popular if I was CIA. I'd be living in a much better house. I would be much more richer. I'd be way more fake. How do I put this? I'm too damn authentic. What? I'm too damn much of a loose cannon. What do you mean? I'm too damn much of a loose cannon. Besides, Thorns are playing Tigres. Man, it'd be funny. 1 more minute to go. Buddy Einstein Smith. Boy, it's swell to say good morning, USA. Who? Who and what? Who and what? You got to remember, I live under a football and hockey painted rock. What? You got to remember. And it's halftime. 1-0 Tottenham. Tottenham has the lead at the half. Wow. Okay. With that being said, they're about to. 1-0 Tottenham. I think you might be right, HJU. I think you might be right. Spurs, they wanted this more. They ended up getting a greasy goal to take the lead at the half. They have 45 more minutes to a European trophy and a Champions League spot. I know, I just saw that. I saw that post too a couple of hours ago or an hour ago. Yeah. I saw that post too. They also haven't won a trophy since Iron Man came out. They also haven't won a trophy since, what was it? The App Store was launched. Goodyear tires. With that being said, Tottenham winning a trophy will probably be more talked about than Conference League and Champions League final. You're probably right, but with that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. Or they just suck. Either way. We're back for the stats at the half. Yes. Well, I don't know. They both suck. Should have never fired Mourinho, or Ole for that matter. Turns out firing Ole was the stupidest, well, and Mourinho, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got Man United higher than both Erik ten Hag, Ralf Rangnick, and Ruben Amorim. I don't think they should have fired Rangnick either, but, you know, whatever. Stats of the half, 37% possession to 63% possession, 3 shots to 5, 1 shot on goal to 2, 72% accurate passes, 70% to 154, 82%, 12 fouls to 4, 4 corners to 2, 3 shots to 5, 1 shot on target to 2, 103 pass to 187, 7% pass accuracy, 82% pass accuracy, 12 throws to 13, 0 offside to 1, 0 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 1-0 at the half. Tottenham, they wanted it more. Man United was the better team, but Tottenham's wanted it more. They looked nervous throughout the whole game, and even their goal was ugly. But they got it. They have the lead. 45 minutes of football down with 45 to go, and we could see more. Depending on what happens with the second half. But, well, Man United answer back. With that being said, we'll be on our way to the second half soon. Miami are fraudulent. Yep. Well, of course she is. She's a Tottenham fan. But you could tell this game is 16 v 17. It really is. You could tell. Sloppy on both ends. Tottenham wants it more. They want this more. But it's sloppy on both ends. United looked like the better team, but even when they did, it still looked sloppy. Like, it's really a horrible game. Let's be real. Like, this game being 17 v 16. '17 v 16, you can tell it is. Well, they're not that close, considering the promoted teams were also shit. Real Betis versus Chelsea next Wednesday. So next week. He's horrible. Shit game needs shit goal. How do you let that one in if you're Onana? Europa League just sucks. I don't think it's that bad, man. I don't think it's that bad. It's just somehow the worst Premier League teams, both the worst Premier League teams that didn't get relegated, made the final. How does that happen? I don't know. But we're waiting for the second half to. Tinfoil hat. You wear a hat made of tinfoil. Yes. At least in 6 games, or at worst 6 games. But we didn't get to see it because Tottenham's winning 1-0. Tell your friends and family you love them. Nukes may fly in 45 minutes. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Yeah. I guess the Prem is actually that competitive. I was wrong. I should have, you know what, the Prem might actually be as good as they say it is. I didn't know your game like that. I didn't realize your game. I'm sorry for doubting the Prem. I didn't realize your game like that. My God, United are going badly. I still think the Habs beat the Hurricanes, to be real. I hope he doesn't. We'll see what happens. Second half's about to start. Come on, Spurs, for ands, for Son, and for expressions. Yeah, I'll agree with that. They getting upset. Yeah. Because Arsenal sucks. And Arteta's a fraud. Arteta's a fraud. Arteta's a fraud. Arteta's a fraud. Arsenal sucks. Second half to start. They're walking out. Here we go. 45 more minutes away. "45 minutes away from a Tottenham European trophy." Let me talk. I mean, I wonder if he plays. Now they have the lead and they hold on to it. I wonder if he plays. Here comes the kickoff of the second half. And here we go. 45-12, second half here to go. Of course. And people are going to laugh at Arsenal fans like no tomorrow if Tottenham wins. But you know what happens? This is what happens, United. This is what happens when you say, you know what, we're not going to have a open-top bus parade if we win the Europa League. We're going to have a close to the players' a barbecue. Close to the players' barbecue at the training ground to celebrate the trophy. Screw off. No, this is what you deserve. Tottenham is actually going to have an open-top bus parade if they win this trophy. You brought this on yourself, United. You should celebrate a European trophy. I don't care how high your standards are. I don't care how bad your season was. It's a European trophy. You should celebrate it with your fans. This is karma. This is karma. 47th minute. This is karma. "47th minute. They did not work hard enough to make Champions League. Manchester United did not focus the Premier League. They wanted Europa League just to get to Europe. They gave up the Premier League, and this is what karma gives them." Well, did I say it was karma? From a different angle, yeah, you're right about this being the other part of it as well. They finally played with fire and it burned them. They've given away Premier Leagues before to go for Europa Leagues to get into Champions League. Under Mourinho, they did that. It worked. They gave up the Prem to win the FA Cup last year to get into Europe. They did that. It worked. At some point, you play with fire too much, you're going to get burned. 48th minute. '48th minute. '48th minute. Van de Ven gets a yellow card. Free kick for Man United. For Bruno Fernandes. Plays it in. Headed away. Excuse me. Tottenham doesn't get there first, but that kind of looked like that could have been something. There it is. 50th minute. Who's winning between Al Hilal and Pachuca? Will you be doing a watch along for it? Pachuca. Pachuca wins. And we'll see what happens. We'll see the timing. We'll see the schedule. I'm not sure. I have to fill in the schedule for the Club World Cup and Gold Cup besides the Canada games. So we'll look. And, of course, the World Cup qualifiers this June as well for CONCACAF. So I have to really start filling in the schedule for that. Like the second half of the season schedule. It's on bare bones, but I know there's more than what's there already. The TFC matches and the Canada matches. Just do random watch-alongs. '51st minute, 1-0. Oh. No, they didn't turn it to an own goal. Okay. 51st minute to Vicario. That'll be cleared. Josie Altidore buries that. I did not expect somebody to drop Josie Altidore's name in the game thread at all. Josie Altidore buries that. .52nd minute. I guess they were referencing the miss by Hoyland. Honestly, Josie probably would have buried that. Yeah. Yeah, TFC Josie Altidore would have buried that. You mean TFC Josie Altidore? I'm covering both. So, 52nd minute. United should put Xerxes on, to be real. They should. They won't, but they should. Playing forward, cleared away, 53rd minute. .53 minutes through the game. Richarlison brings it down. Gets just tumbled by Mazraoui. That's a free kick. Cleared away. Offside on Tottenham. .54th minute. Mason Mount got fouled by Betancourt. It'd be funny to see Mason Mount lose a Europa League with United. It'd be funny. Mason Mount's a punk. 55th minute. Punk. The punk. I say that now. Mason Mount's going to score a brace to win this game. Just you wait. .55th minute. 1-0 Tottenham. How bizarre. Well, I mean, this is 16 v 17 in the Premier League in a European Cup final. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. What you paid for was a fake Prada bag. What you paid for was a fake Gucci bag off of Temu. That's what you paid for. Just remember, you paid for it. Nobody's going to get that reference. Well, what if St. Louisans watching this? Either way. Yeah, that one didn't really play. Who cares? 56th minute. Man United are just game's so damn sloppy. Man, it's going to be bizarre to see Tottenham lift a trophy if they lift a trophy. Holy shit. Well, they won a League Cup in your life. Yeah, and it's also weird for me to, well, it would have been just as weird for me to watch the Leafs win a Game 7. That didn't happen. Really? I thought this year was about breaking curses. God forgot the Leafs. God forgot the Leafs. Or the Leafs are so bad, even God couldn't save them. It's either or. Which one is it? Which one is it? Are the Leafs so much of chokers God couldn't even save them, or did God forget them? Then again, Ferrari still sucks in F1, so I guess some chokers just have to keep choking. Well, there you go. It works. It's effective, though. It's effective. Free kick for Man United. Bruno Fernandes to take. Crosses through. Save. And that's a shot wide. Oh, how lucky that was. That fell wide. 1-0. 58th minute for Tottenham. They're getting closer and closer. The sands are running through the hourglass. So are the days of our Europa League. I can't wait to see Expression's reaction to this game. If they win. I can't wait to see Ange Postecoglou's either. I'd drop the damn mic. If I was Ange Postecoglou at the press conference, I'd drop the damn mic. I'd be like, what'd I tell you? What'd I say? What did I say? Yeah, second season, right? Yeah. I'd drop the mic if I was him, whether he gets fired or not. Whether Tottenham lets him go or not after winning this trophy, I'd drop the mic if I was Ange. Spurs wins, Ange is a G. I always thought Ange was a G anyway. Like, I've always been a fan of Ange Postecoglou, even before Celtic. And then he went to Celtic, and I'm a Celtic fan. Ange is like, man, it seems like you could just have a beer with him and shoot the shit with him about football, or in general, but football as well. Like, he just seems down to earth. Like, I mean, Ange just seems like a dude who could be your friend. Like, he just seems down to earth. Like, I mean, normally calls it right, too. Like, man. Yeah. Tottenham needs this. Yeah, true. Glasner also had one of those aura farming moments, and he was right. But this is like times 10. This is like times 10. Well, true. But I was making a statement, not saying. Either way, I don't need a drink to shoot the shit about football with somebody. But that was just the common line. That was just the common line. New Year's Eve anyway, but still, whatever. Europa WWE League final. We're 100% going to see a team fight this match. He's not a clown. He had a perfect response. And then guess what? He'll put that trophy on the table and say, told you I wasn't a clown. Told you second season I'll win things. There you go. Like, Today's the day to drop the mic, if he can. Today's the day to drop the mic. How's that a goal kick? I don't know. This referee is horrible. By the way, this is the referee that got found guilty for match fixing in Germany. He served a 6-month ban, and he's been refereeing ever since, like the 20 years since or whatever. Yeah, no, this is that referee. Ahmad Diallo gets blocked. Man, he's so horrible, man. Ahmad Diallo is freaking Bambi. Like, dude, that ball runs through his legs like a freaking $2 streetwalker. Here comes Tottenham. Oh, Lord. That was such a good chance for Solanke. And he just runs off of it. What the hell? Oh, my God. Speaking of balls running through legs like a $2 streetwalker, Solanke, what are you doing, man? That was like their best chance to like just wrap this game up. And then no. And no, it doesn't. Did you mean to call him Solasky or was that an accidental Rory? The 63rd minute. Dude, how do you let that? Hey, that was on lock. Dude. Hell, if that was freaking James Madison, that would have been 2-0. Hell, Harry Kane. Well, you know what? That just seems disrespectful. Harry Kane would have certainly scored that. Hell, Timo Werner. No, he would have sent that to space. Timo Werner would have shot it. He would have sent it to space. There's a difference. Kulusevski would have scored that. Harry Kane, of course, would have scored that. Sonny would have scored that. Madison would have scored that. Timo Werner would have shot it and sent it to space. He would have hit Katy Perry's spaceship. Richarlison would have scored. I get it. Good job. Richarlison would have scored that. Good tackle by Richarlison. He would have scored that. Timo Werner would have shot it and hit Katy Perry's spaceship. The moon landing was real, in case you're going there next. They didn't go to space. They left Earth. And then came back 10 minutes later. I like Gayle King. I like CBS Mornings. But the fact like she like kissed the ground after the spaceship came back and they were only out of the Earth's atmosphere for like 10 minutes, I'm like, come on. That's just dramatic. That's dramatic. Like, I do like CBS Mornings is a good morning show because whenever there's possible severe weather or a severe weather day, I have it on 4, right. It's better than Good Morning America at this point. I used to really love Good Morning America. Never mind, he's injured. I used to really love Good Morning America back like, what, a decade ago and longer? It got very, very propagandized, GMA. CBS Mornings, at least, you know, it seems a little bit more down to earth. He was good last night. I mean, I wish if the Timbers got the penalties last night, they would have won on penalties. Human Son's coming on for Tottenham. I feel like he'll score the goal that wraps this all up. Human Son coming on for Tottenham. For Richarlison. They put the captain's armband on Son. Because I think, Earl Edwards was the goalkeeper against Pumas when Revs had the shootout a couple of years ago, and he was horrible. Crepos had really good shootout saves. Honestly, the only reason why I thought Portland on penalties there, but they didn't. They lost to Mark Anthony K. Okay, no. Technically, Portland lost to Jack Skane. Technically. Because he's the one who tapped the ball into the net. Jack Skane. Which, that is not how I thought his last name was pronounced until last night. Didn't we play the Earthquakes before TFC and I called him Skahan or whatever? Yeah, no, I didn't realize it was Skane until last night. I haven't had a reason to pay attention to the Earthquakes until, So now I know. Either way, you pretty much lost to Mark Anthony K. Put your heads back down. And a redirection by Jack Skane. Free kick taken. Save by Vicario. Header. Off the line. Oh my God. Shot blocked. What the hell? What in the freaking... Whoa, boys. Jesus Christ. What in the freaking 5 rebounds and 10 bell saves is that? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Tottenham almost shat their pants. What are you doing? Lenny Yoro makes the miss. Vicario, it hits off his head. Couldn't catch it. Header by Hoyland. Cleared off the line. Well, of course Hoyland missed. He can't score. He's praying on a miracle. Hoyland is still praying on a miracle to come. And somehow Tottenham got away with that one. 69th minute. Oh, no. Oh, that was last season. Oh, that was from last season. Okay, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, no, what are you doing, Bowley? No, that was from last season. You scared me. Cucurella to Man United. That was last year. They almost scared me. Holy shit. If Bowley did that, I would... Oh, what do you know? Van de Ven, heroic defending. He might be man of the match if they hold on to a 1-0 win. I might make that call, to be real. 1-0, 69th minute, 20 minutes to go. Watching this game, Sanchez may not be so bad after all. No, Robert Sanchez is still that bad. Playing forward. He's horrible. See, there's a reason why Man United are at the bottom of the Premier League. Well, 16th. Alejandro Garnacho's coming on for Man United. And Xerxes is coming on as well. Thank God. Well, not good. It may not be good for Tottenham, but thank God. Hoyland is off for Xerxes. And Mount is off for Garnacho. Thank God. For just good football reasons, thank God. I'm glad it wasn't Cave scored. His shot was goal wide. Skane was in the right spot at the right time. Claudio Bravo had a brain fart moment. That was a horrible play from Bravo. I think Spurs money line's a good live bet. I mean, sure. They're I don't know. I'd give it 5 minutes. I'd give it to the 76th minute. Let's see what Garnacho and Zirkzee do before you do that. I think Garnacho and Zirkzee could definitely flip this game on its head. Header wide. Bruno Fernandes with a diving header that goes wide. And Zirkzee was part of the play to set that up. You see what I'm saying now? I don't know. Tottenham's got to survive this. Zirkzee to Mazraoui to Bruno Fernandes. And he puts it wide on the header. No, Mount's worse. And they also got Rasmus off as well. This is one of the most ugly finals I've ever seen. But then again, the last time Tottenham was in a European final, it was horrible too. That Liverpool-Tottenham final was just as bad. Remember that? First minute penalty, handball, Mo Salah, and then the Divock Origi goal to shut it down, and then nothing up until the in between those goals. That would be a good thing if they did, because I think they didn't forget. That's the problem. I agree, but you have a 1-0 lead. Why would you open up? See, here's the problem with that. You have a 1-0 lead with about 15 minutes to go. You're Tottenham. Why would you open up? You hold on for dear life. And if you get a second goal off the counter, you do. You hold on for dear life. I think they're making the right decision here. Garnacho, decent shot. 74th minute. I mean, this is Tottenham we're talking about. They have a 1-0 lead. Why would you open up openly? Oh! What a save by Vicario. That's a corner for Man United. What does this jersey tell you? What does this jersey tell you? What, you think I'd have a freaking 2006, 2004 to 2011 Toronto Blue Jays jersey if I didn't watch any MLB? Do you think I'd even know about this look if I didn't? Come on now. Besides, people hate this look way too much. But then again, this was the look I remember when I first started becoming a Jays fan. So, I mean, I grew up with it. So maybe it's nostalgia of my own. But I don't think this look is that bad. Yeah, they played early. I think people hate this Jays look they hate it too much. Cleared away. But then again, every time I look at this jersey, I think of Roy Halladay. So, of course, I'm going to like it. 75th minute. Son playing forward. Son still running. Goes down. No free kick. He figured it out. Lily white jersey. Mostly 90% white jersey with a little bit of blue. He figured it out. So I want Anthony Koglu to win the Europa free kick. No, it's a goal kick. It is a goal kick. Okay, for Tottenham. 76th minute. greatest game? No. '77th minute. '77 minute. 1-0 Tottenham. Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the NBA MVP. I'm not surprised. 77th minute. Am I that behind now? Yep. We're getting old. All the best to Pepe Reina in his future. 77th minute. Man, we're getting old. The greatest game of what? I was making a joke about urinating trees' greatest games. I was making a joke about that. You know how he calls the games that are injury-filled and ugly and like 3-4 in the NFL or whatever, like the greatest game? That's the joke. 78th minute. 1-0. Ah, there we go. Todd Golden. Todd Golden. All hail Todd Golden. Danso is coming on for Tottenham. Whew. 78th minute. Johnson's off for Danso. '79th minute. Oh no. Toronto is granted the Kraken permission to speak with Lane Lambert for a head coaching interview. Oh no. Oh no. Really? The best part of the playoffs for the Leafs was the penalty kill against the Florida Panthers. You're going to let them take that coach? Oh, God. That's like the one. Well, Berube, of course, I want to stay. But, like, Lane Lambert's like the one person I have, like, no qualms with staying on the Leafs from this playoff run. Like, do you realize how good that penalty kill was? And they're going to let him get interviewed by the Seattle Kraken. Oh, Lord. That's dumb. Okay. Shot cleared away. Oh, that might have been a mistake by the Leafs. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. What? Ten more minutes. 80th minute. Ball crossed it away. Clear. Head it that way. Head it that way. Not that way. Delusional. And some Leafs fan was like, oh. Lane Lambert, the defense was disastrous. Did you not watch the penalty kill? Okay. Yeah, no, I would rather take Santander. Playing forward, 81st minute. Playing forward, cleared away. $82 minutes. There we go. You must be talking about Game 7. Yeah, hopefully the Islanders take Shanny, though. I have no problem with that. Take him. I have no problem with that. Take him. 83rd minute. Shanahan be trash. 83rd minute. Garnacho playing forward. $83 and $90. We'll review this game. Playing forward. Oh, free kick for Tottenham. Udogie's having himself a game. Yeah, if only he could do that with Italy. If only he could do that with Italy. Like, cool. Do it with Italy. Since freaking Spalletti wants to play, you do it with Italy. That's what matters to me. Will he, though? Yeah, he actually is having a good game, though. It actually makes me positive that when he gets called up. Either way. Free kick for Son. Promise David is linked with Lille and Leeds United. $85th minute. Free kick taken. Shot. Oh! Goes wide. That was something. Danso tried, but nope. 85th minute. '85th minute. Saved by Vicario into the 86th minute. I'm happy because Shanahan sucks. I want him gone. If he goes to the Isles, that's fine by me. Go away. Go take Lou Lamoriello's spot. Be funny because Lou Lamoriello was shit canned by the Leafs for that idiot Kyle Dubas by Shanahan. And then what Shanahan does after his contract's over with the Leafs is go to the Islanders. It's fitting. Go ruin them. Go ruin them. Go give no move clauses to every single one of their young players. Do that to them. Fair. Playing forward. 86th minute. Zirkzee blocked. Under the final 5 before stoppage time, of course. Tottenham are getting close to a Europa League championship, a European trophy, and a Champions League spot next year. Save by Vicario. Goal kick, 87th minute. It's getting a little bit chippy. Be Europa League number 3 for Tottenham. Their first trophy since 2008, if they can hold on. 88th minute, and there's a free kick for Tottenham. Romero got brought down. Maguire's ready to scrap. Yep, 88th minute. '88th minute. Yep. Two subs for Tottenham with their final minute plus stoppage time to go. '89th minute. What about Primo, though? Like, you also have Primo, though, which is just... Man United's going to make a sub as well. Jed Spence coming on. Gray coming on for Sarr. Sarr off for Gray. And Jed Spence is going to be coming on for Udogie. '90th minute. Free kick for Vicario. Tottenham is past the 90th minute mark. How much stoppage time will there be? 7 minutes. 7 minutes between a trophy for Tottenham or extra time for Man United. It's that simple. 7 minutes. 7 minutes to a trophy for Tottenham for the first time since 2008. Yellow card. Playing forward. 6 minutes to go. 1-0. We might go a little bit over 7. Wouldn't shock me. Dorgu is off for the substitution for Mainu. Kobe Mainu is on. Kobe Mainu is on for the last 6 minutes, plus give or take whatever. Ball crossed in. Zirkzee, and Garnacho has not made this team look as good as I expected him to when they came on. Brought down. That's out for goal kick. Goal kick for Tottenham. $153. Oh. Harry Maguire's trying to be the new PK. You know what's funny? PK actually played for Man United for a while. I bet y'all forgot about that. I don't know, but did you forget about that? PK actually played for Man United for a while. I know people forgot about that, but that happened. Back in the, late 2000s? Late 2000s? Yeah. I know that was forgotten, but he did. 3 minutes in of stoppage time. 93rd minute, Tottenham. Tottenham are getting closer and closer. They are so close to a European trophy. This is crazy. We're watching history here, folks. First trophy since 2008 for Tottenham. Is minutes away. Their first European Cup, Europa League since the 80s UEFA Cup is coming. We are watching history here, folks. History. If it holds. 3:30 through stoppage time. Ball crossed in, headed away. 94th minute. This is history, y'all. Headed on, cleared. What a header away. Into the 94th minute. Ball goes all the way back to Onana. 94 minutes. Three minutes to go, plus whatever they add on after the 97th, because I guarantee you there'll be a little bit more. There'll be, give or take, a little bit more. Mostly give. 4:30. We're over halfway through stoppage time. Way over halfway. Ball over the bar by Euro. 5 minutes. By the time this goal kick's taken, 5 minutes through stoppage time. Five. 41 years. First Europa League in 41 years. Their third Europa League overall. First trophy since 2008. That would be 17 years. Yep, 17 years. First trophy in 17 years for Tottenham. First Europa League in 41 years. Their third ever Europa League, by the way, because they've won two before. 2 UEFA Cups before. Ball crossed in. Oh, that was interesting. 1 minute to go. Cleared away. 96 minutes of football played. 1-0 for Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs are so close. Wow. The final minute of time we know. The final minute known. Fernandes plays it forward. Dallo, cross in, header, save Vicario. Vicario with a save. Wow. 30 seconds. 30 seconds more. At the very least, we might have more added by the ref. He might let this play out a bit longer. 20 seconds. Cross in. Headed away. 15. Over the top. Headed away. Dallo with a ball. Cross, block, corner. Corner for Man United. Into the 7th minute of stoppage time. We're past the minimum of 7. We're past the minimum of 97 minutes. How long will the ref let this run? He has to let them take the corner, that's for sure. 1-0. Onana's in the box. 1-0 Tottenham. Any moment now, the referee could call this. This could be the last kick of the game. A corner for Man United. This could be the last kick of the game. Ball played in. Header cleared. Garnacho! Side netting. Side netting past the post. That'll be a goal kick. And when will the referee call it? Garnacho puts it past the post. No, that was Casemiro, actually. Casemiro put it past the post. It's a goal kick for Vicario. Any second now. 8:13. Tottenham 1-0. They are so close. Goal kick taken. Full time. It's full time. Tottenham have won the Europa League. 1-0 at full time. Tottenham are the Europa League champions. They have beaten Man United. And Postecoglou said it as so. His second season, he wins things. And he did it. What a mic drop from Ange Postecoglou. He might not stay as the Tottenham manager, but he got it done. Tottenham wins the Europa League. Ange Postecoglou. He said it, and he did it. His second season, champion for Tottenham. They have won a trophy for the first time in 17 years. First time in 41. First Europa League in 41 years. First trophy in 17. Ange Postecoglou is a legend at White Hart Lane. No matter what happens. In North London, Ange Postecoglou is a legend on the white side of North London. On the Tottenham side, on the White Hart Lane side, he is a legend. Forever and always. Forever and always. Ange Postecoglou drops the mic. He is no clown. He is a Europa League champion. Second season with Tottenham, he won him a trophy. He did what he said he would do. He did what he said he would do. Wow. Arsenal fans crying on the red side of North London at the Emirates. They couldn't even go to a European final. They lost to PSG. They didn't win a trophy this year. Who did? Tottenham. Tottenham won a trophy. Ange Postecoglou won a trophy. Expressions finally knows what a trophy is. And the champions are Tottenham, are Spurs. No longer Spursy, are they? What a win. It was an ugly game, but Tottenham gutted it out. For 90 minutes, they gutted this one out. And deservedly so, they are the champions of the Europa League. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. With that being said, this one was more ugly than normal. Way more ugly than normal. Tottenham fans won't even remember they finished 17th this year. All they will remember is the UEFA Europa League. And they are in the Champions League next year. Man United missed out on Europe altogether. What a failure. Scammer him. I hope so. I hope so. With that being said, Tottenham, European champions. Europa League champions, but they've won a European trophy. Oh, Lord. You know, I'm happy for him. God, really? You broke curses, but you couldn't break the Leafs curse. Really? You broke Harry Kane's curse. You broke Tottenham's curse, but you couldn't break the Leafs. Do you not care about hockey? Yeah, I'm still a little bit pissed, but you know what? Yeah, he is. I'm happy for Tottenham. See, this is what I would feel like. I know how you feel, because this is how I would feel if the Leafs won a Game 7. By the way, they still haven't got past round 2 longer than Tottenham's trophy drought. That's 21 years. See, I know how you feel, Tottenham. I know how you feel. I root for a choker group of a hockey team who still chokes, so I know how you feel. That's why I'm happy for you, I guess. That's why I'm happy for you, I guess. I know how you feel. Yep. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match, and tomorrow for the first leg of the Liga MX Clausura final. 8:55 Central, I think. 8:55 Central, I think. Yes, for America versus Toluca. So, and he said so, and he did it. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya. Congratulations, Tottenham. Commiserations, Man United.